Boom. Another one. Another one. And honestly, by the way, WoW Forum Adventures is saying what I said. Is WoW even WoW anymore? No, it is not. It is a dungeon crawler at best, with some areas where people can meet up. Like Cabal is, in a sense, already like similar to sorry, not Cabal. Vindictus is very similar to WoW in a sense. Like you have the hub where you see all the players, and then it's like you just go into your dungeons. You can form groups if you want, but like whatever, you know. It's like, okay, let's see. Oh. This is not a post about hating the game or hoping that it doesn't do well. I hope everyone who plays had as much fun as I did. I've played since about 2007, in the very end of Vanilla and start of Burning Crusade. Burning Crusade was my favorite expansion out of all that have come since then. Key rings, attunements, epic flying mounts. It may have been the heyday for WoW. I have aggressively chased achievements and was less than 200 remaining when 10.1 hit. The sheer number they added, simple or otherwise, put me in a downspin. I stopped hunting achievements and sought to complete one very old achievement I had yet to attain, Gladiator. So here's the thing with these achievements, unless you're Anifushi or whatever. Achievements mean pretty much jack shit. Same as like people who are like have like 800 mounts. They mean jack shit. You know why they mean jack shit? Because you're never using the 800 mounts. They're just there. They're pixels in, like, they have no meaning. Okay? Forget the whole pixel thing. They have no meaning. Right? I mean, to me, honestly, even the Black Scabbard has no meaning, because it wasn't like a solo player effort. It became like a guild effort, which is cool, but I feel like the whole guild should get that kind of, or like something, I don't know. But like having just one player get it when it's like so many people working towards it, I personally don't like that. Because it's not like you're staying with those people forever or whatever. Like, it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel good overall, right? It's like if the guild actually works to get every single player the Black Scabbard, then maybe. But even then, not really, right? But most of the mounts now, they have absolutely no meaning. Like, legit. You want a mount that has meaning, limited time, very hard difficulty to get. Limited time mounts are the only way to make mounts actually have meaning. And that's it. It's like, oh, but that's just FOMO. Fuck it, then it is. But when in 3 years you're gonna see somebody on a mount that not very a lot of people have, because no one's playing WoW anymore, it's gonna mean something. If you have Corrupted Ashbringer right now, it means more than having the Ashbringer from Legion. It just does. Gladiator armor appearances mean more than mythic armor appearances. Not because they're harder to get, but because you can't get them if you didn't get the title, if you didn't get the achievement. Unlike mythic armor, you can just like, well, just fucking like, yeah, I'll just go there in like 2 expansions when I can solo this shit and just fucking like just get my armor, whatever. In previous attempts throughout a decade, the best I was able to do was 1900 2002s when Red Rogue was a good comp. My good friend, what is he playing? Undead Priest? No, well, that's an alt. My good friend that played a rogue at the time. Oh. When was Rogue Red good? Not even sure. I played Solo Shuffle extensively, north of 200 matches in 10.1. I'm stuck at 1300 plus on my Disc Priest. Well, again, like, you're kind of playing the wrong fucking classes. I don't think I can do much better anymore. Not on a Disc Priest, probably. Not in, like, Disc Priest Shuffle. I mean, isn't Holy just so much better? Fuck, even Shadow is probably more useful in, what's it called? I don't see Disc Priest being very useful in PvP. Like, I mean, like in Arena, except certain comps, maybe. Raid used to be my all-out effort, and I focused on total optimization and perfection. Okay. In Burning Crusade, I believe I was one of the top 3 Holy Paladins on my server, Nomragon. I took a lot of pride in this and was well known on the server. Frank White, I aspire to be the best. Okay. I mean, I get what he's saying, but it's like, you can still do that. Like, I mean, I felt that way in Legion. And I was like checking WoW progress literally every like 30 minutes to see if I'm finally top of the AP grind. And still do it. I mean, rating has changed since then. I cannot handle the mythic workload with my career as a business person who travels regularly. Then don't. My family. So again, it's not that the game, like for this guy, it's not that WoW is not WoW anymore. I mean, yeah, okay, there's harder raid difficulty, but this is also what I'm saying. In my opinion, mythic raiding should not be a gearing raid. It should be a cosmetic raid. Then it's not that big of an issue. My family and children, it's not a realistic objective to clear mythic raids. As an alternative, I tried some heroic raid guilds and found it to be filled with weak links and led me to lose interest. Dude, 100%. 100%, bro. You're gonna end up with the bellulars if you do just like AOTCs. Yeah. It's like, and I know kind of what this person means after Legion, not even after BFA, and barely playing BFA. When I started Shadowlands, I actually joined a guild that was AOTC oriented, but these are ex-Mythic raiders that are just sick of Mythic, and was like a once a week raid. I think it was like 3 hour was the time schedule, but like once we got the AOTC, it was like 2 hours at most, usually even less, to clear heroic over and over, and we just didn't really bother with mythic raiding. It was just like a waste of time. But then somebody left, joined a mythic raid, invited me, and I was like, fine, I'll give it another shot, and quit shortly after. Just like, just not worth the time. It's just not worth the time. Mythic Plus is just so much more accessible. Many people may not know, but WoW in the original 3 expansions was a much different game than today. I think everyone knows. I have tried to remain relevant and seek impossible goals like all achievements completed, or more recently attaining Gladiator in twos with my rogue friend. I can't do it. I don't know if it is because I've gotten older, have less time, maybe less interest, but I no longer believe that these things are attainable to me. I think you lost interest. Well, I mean, if you're playing Disc and Rogue, probably that's like also like not a good comp, I believe, but like I believe mostly you just lost interest. This is not a message to subvert the game or anyone in it. I have amazing memories from my time playing the game, but as the game and myself have gotten older, I found that I play it more for the familiarity than for the excitement I once had. Oh my god, this is so true. This is so true. This is my quit moment in Shadowlands. You know what it was? On the second raid, Chains of Domination, my guild said asked if I could. Now, they didn't force me, that is true, but they asked if I could go Demon Hunter instead of Retribution Paladin. And I was like, okay, sure. As soon as I started playing Demon Hunter, I felt nothing for the game. Not because I hate Demon Hunter. I feel like the class is actually playing fine, whatever. But as soon as, like, the only thing that kept me playing WoW was just how much attachment I had to my paladin that I've been with basically since, like, Wrath, something like that, right? Since, like, End of Wrath, I've been with this paladin. And only my attachment to this paladin is really what kept me going in the game. And as soon as I stopped playing him, I just didn't care about the game. So, yeah, it was just don't want to play. The more I will stop playing WoW. I'll play Diablo 4 and hope that it is not pay to win or somehow maligned early. If I lose interest in that also, I will start reading books at night. What the fuck, bro? What are you saying? I'm gonna read Chronicles. I just want to post this to let others know that the familiarity we have with the game may be an easy draw to return and spend our nights here, but I think we should consider finding other things to occupy our time. It is easy to step back in and pursue some mediocre task, but the true joy in the game comes from doing the very hard things successfully. Not really. I don't think I can attain those levels. The only time I really enjoy doing hard things successfully is when other people find it too hard and they can't do it. That's straight up. Like, I'm not trying. Like, yeah. When like I see people struggle with Millennia and I kill her on like the third try, I'm like, hey, I'm better than you, right? Not like in the sense it's like I'm a better person, whatever, but it's like I'm okay with that. Yes, it is what it is. And I think it's true for many people. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Mythic rating is not hard. What's hard is finding 19 other players that don't find it hard. That's what's hard about Mythic rating, that can do their job. And again, not saying like world first level, but mid-prog, when all the strats are out there, it is really not hard. Mythic rating is really, really not hard when the strats are already out there. The hard part is that one of the 19 other players there doesn't fuck you over. I don't think I can attain those levels anymore, and I'm going to move on. Best of luck to all of you on your game and life journeys. I've enjoyed a lot of time with many of you and despised some time with some of you. Current issue with Solo Shuffle. Ranking PvP. Even the crafting tables and leveling professions are things that a corporation is aware of and should be able to modify positively in short order. I know because I manage a North American market for a multi-billion-dollar company today. I don't understand the lack of servitude from Blizzard to their player base and the stance they take on making broken or at least not totally calibrated products and demanding people will play anyways. Anywise, in the very end, your dollars do the talking. If you don't sub or buy cosmetics, etc., Blizzard will be forced to change. The choice is up to each player. I mean, he's not wrong. That's probably a big reason Dragonflight is what it is because of what happened during Shadowlands. The choice is up to each player, but I have finally decided I've seen enough. Whatever part of your life you're in, I wish you good luck and hot rolls. Nice, yeah, I could do some hot rolls. Aruthra, once from Gnomeregan, who killed Lady Vaj and was attuned. I don't know, but I mean, sure. Tomorrow I will stop playing WoW. Good luck to you. Many people may not know, but WoW is the original. Okay. Are you sure it's WoW that's changed and not your... This is another thing that, I said. Yeah, he changed outside the game. I heard something once that can be summarized as follows. Maybe people started the game when they were in high school, college, their friends played and it was part of their social life. Then they graduated, got a job, got married, had kids. Their friends are gone. They lost their job, got a divorce, and are fighting over the kids. And the game just doesn't seem the same. Clearly, it's all the devs' fault. Now, there is true to what Tiffany says here, but let's be real, and like we all know the game has also changed as in a lot of fundamentals. It's not even WoW anymore. WoW is still a WoW to me. WoW to me is just all about dungeons, raid, and PvP. It was like that back then during vanilla. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. And it's still about them in modern WoW. If WoW is all about dungeons, raids, and PvP, first of all, you just admitted that the game is all about instance gameplay. Therefore, not much of an MMORPG, is it? It's just modern WoW evolved to something more casual friendly. Casual friendly. Alright. Back then there was no time gate. You were forced to no life it because many were no lifing it. Bro, no one, like, oh my god, bro. No, you, like, what? No, you weren't forced to no life it. All the raids were easy as shit. The hardest difficulty was was one difficulty and was easy as shit up until basically Old War. Oh god. But with time gates on modern WoW, you don't need to no live the game anymore. But what if you want to? What if you have a vacation? What if you have a 1 week vacation from work and you want to no life WoW? You can't. Why? Because of the time gating. You don't need to no-life the game anymore. If your peers no-life the game today, they won't leave you that far behind. Why not? I want to be ahead. That means that I have a chore every week to log in and try to be ahead every time with minuscule effort. Instead of actually getting ahead because I can. This is like, I hate this design. Let players play the pace they want to play. Oh no, but they can get ahead of me. Well, then play more. Well, I can't. Then you can't. Then fuck it. You shouldn't be ahead then. You cannot participate in the race if you have one leg cut off. It is what it is. I don't wonder if I can't do the hardest boss of the game anymore, like when I was young. I mean, there was only one boss, so like, no, I mean, like, there was only one difficulty. Not because my skill is incapable of the modern WoW gameplay, because I have limited playtime. I still believe that if you give me unlimited playtime today, like when I was young, I would still perform great like I was. Me too, I was frustrated on PvP, not because of me, but because I failed to find a friend as good as me. That's what I said. Like I said, the hardest part with WoW is finding people that are just not gonna fuck you over. If I found a player back then who is decent as me to team up with me, I would be able to attain my PvP goals. I reached Lieutenant Commander in Vanilla, all on pugs. I'm not even sure if that's impressive. I think that's just a grind. Those high warlord teams who won over my pug group repeatedly, they're good as a team, but when they faced me individually, 1 versus 1 without their teammates' help, they surely know who's gonna die. I mean, depends as well, like, this is vanilla, so it's like some classes are just way better for PvP than others. Like, I mean, I'm not quitting WoW, I'm just adjusting my goals, which was too high when I started 20 years ago. Just Keystone Master and ahead of the curve is enough for me nowadays. Yeah, I will play Diablo 4 too. I understand life is not all about WoW. I realized that long time ago. WoW actually is the last thing I do after I did my other hobbies. Sounds like age is finally caught up with you. Yep, but does this not open your eyes somehow? As an alternative, I tried some heroic raid guilds and found it to be filled with weak links and yeah. Does this not open your eyes somehow? You are not doing mythic because, in your words, you are the weak link. And then complain about others being the weak link in heroic. Shouldn't you, I don't know, maybe settle for lesser standards just to do what you can do? No. Why? Alright, this is gonna be the last thing I read, but like, oh, God. No, why should, like, you wanna be the weakest link, okay? First of all, you wanna be the weakest link, but I don't want to be so weak that you're fucking over everyone else. What he means when he says filled with weak links, probably people who just die to every fucking mechanic. People who stand in the fire. Okay? Those weak links, okay? There's weaker links than what could be considered the weakest link, you know? It's like, out of 20 people, one guy sometimes maybe makes a mistake that only kills him. That is the weakest link of the raid. Or you can have the one guy who is the weakest link, who every mechanic, he either dies or kills multiple people. There's a difference in what weakest link can be. Okay? So, if this guy says that in an heroic raid there are weak links that are ruining the run, basically, I believe they're just literally always dying and he feels like he's carrying them. The reason he can't do mythic is because there's way too much time commitment outside of raid, let alone in the raid. Again, like I said this before, raiding should be its own endgame system, mythic plus its own endgame system, PvP its own endgame system. Items should not interact anywhere near as much. They should have either their own sets, their own systems, something like that. That your gear is pretty much irrelevant. Your PvE gear should be irrelevant in PvP. Your Mythic Plus gear should be irrelevant in raiding, or like almost irrelevant, maybe give you like a better start, like when the season starts, but it shouldn't be like where you go to outside of raid to gear up for raid. No, raiding should be what gets you better at raiding. Mythic Plus is what gets you better at Mythic Plus, okay? I am so tired of these systems interacting so much, and it literally makes people not want to play the game because, hey, I just want to raid. Well, then go raid. No, well, in order to raid, I have to do all this Mythic Plus, and sometimes my best in slot is in PvP, so I have to do PvP. It's like, bro, no, I just want to raid. I just want a Mythic Plus. Oh, well, then you might, your best trinket is from the raid. Fuck, I have to do the raid now to get my best in slot. No, I just want a fucking Mythic Plus. Okay, these systems should not interact nearly as much. They should definitely think about how to fix that problem. Anyways, is WoW even WoW anymore? Hell no. WoW is literally a dungeon crawler at this point, and that's all I got for you on this one. I'll see you in the next one.